So much of modern Christianity today resembles a cult. Now, before you clutch your pearls or before you take up your stones, let me explain. Jesus came to set people free, particularly from religious oppression in his day. But what do we have now? Chains of dogma, systems built around interpretations, denominations, all claiming to have a monopoly on the real Jesus. But here is the truth. The people quick enough to hand out judgment, the people who are eager to take up stones, are the same people who would have crucified Jesus. It wasn't the harlots, it wasn't the drunkards, it wasn't the publicans. It was the religious who claimed to know God and claimed to speak for God, who crucified God. I was raised Mormon. I love my upbringing. I love the structure. And I love the people, but we worship men in suits, middle management that stands between us and God. We worship buildings and call it holiness. And mainstream Christians, too many worship a book that Jesus incidentally never once mentioned in his mortal ministry. And I'm a Bible reading guy. I read my Bible every day. It's the most important book of my life. But too many Christians worship it like it's God. Or they worship their own religious piety. Both are paying lip service to Jesus but missing the mark. Placing anything between us and God is not discipleship, it's idolatry. And Christ never came to build a church. Christ came to set people free, to send forth the gospel, the good news, that we can go directly to God and work out our own salvation. And it's important to note that he condemned only one group, the self-righteous religious who use God's name to cast stones. And that's exactly what so much of modern Christianity has become today. And of course, I'm not talking about all Christians. I'm a Christian. I love Christians. And there are a lot of beautiful, dynamic, Christ-like people who are religious. But so often we are misled and we are misguided by modern-day Pharisees, more interested in your compliance and in your pocketbook. And consider Christ's triumphal entry into Jerusalem on the eve of his crucifixion. The people saw him coming. They recognized him as the truth. They laid down their coats. They laid down palms for him to ride over, and they cried out in their celebration, "Thou Son of David." And Christ rode right into the epicenter of the hypocrisy and pride of his enemies, the religious. And he overturned tables and he taught the truth. And the most tragic irony ever recorded is that those same people who cried out, "Thou Son of David," a few short days later were crying out, "Crucify him." So what happened? The sad reality is that most people will crucify the truth every day of the week to fit in. So maybe it's time we stop creating division amongst ourselves, stop worshiping institutions or dogmas, and start following the man himself, the way, the truth, the life, not the cult. Because what we choose to worship and how we choose to love our neighbor today determines everything. And if Jesus showed up today and he didn't look like our preachers and he didn't sound like our preachers, would we really recognize him? Or would we join the mob crying out, "Crucify him"?